Hello there, sir. What's your name?
Scott Wilson.
Scott, can you tell me a bit about your business?
Well, I'm a potter. I formulate the clays, clay bodies, and the glazes and mix them from raw minerals. I have two styles that I pursue. One is high fire porcelain and the other is raku. These are porcelain. These are fired to 2300 degrees Fahrenheit and they're dishwasher and microwave safe and very durable. These pieces are raku. With these, you open the lid and pluck the red hot piece out of the kiln. At that point, the glazes are molten like honey and it's glowing, actually orange hot. And you plunge this piece into a garbage can full of dried leaves, sticks, and twigs. Within a second or two, that explodes into flames. And when the flames are really big, you slam that lid shut and trap all the energy inside. And you get all these various colors.
Can I ask, how did you start this business?
Well, initially, I was in college in the 80s and I was studying clay sculpture, painting. In the graduate program, I had the crazy thought to be a potter instead of a sculptor. When I graduated, I got a job at a production pottery shop. But over the course of 11 years, I threw about 150,000 pots, I estimate. That's how many times you'd have to strum a guitar before you could play like Hendrik Segovia or Eddie Van Halen. I'm very, very fluent with the clay. It comes very naturally, but it did take that much repetition. And it is my favorite part, and it's where I feel the freest to express myself. To me, it is definitely art.
What would you say is the hardest thing about this business that no one talks about?
When it comes to the business, conducting sales is hard. Negotiating with customers, understanding what they're looking for. A large part of this is making things just for them, which stretches me, and I learn to do new things. It's challenging to try to understand what people are looking for. With my business, since I quit production pottery from 1986 to 1997, until 10 years went by, I just was always very insecure about how to represent myself in public.
What would you say is the biggest lesson that this business has taught you? And what would be the one piece of advice you would give someone who's just wanted to start a business?
Just like with handling clay, persistence is key. You just have to keep applying yourself no matter what. And you have to stay open to thousands of people you have to meet, get to know, and they're all so different, and you just have to be open to everything and never give up.
Where can we find your socials?
Scott Wilson Pottery on Instagram and Facebook. If you follow me on either of those platforms, you'll get a heads up every time I go out. If you live in the Bay Area, I'll be pretty close to where you are every so often.
Thank you so much for that.
Thank you.